Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new Sims 4 video. We are back with Build Mode Bootcamp and today we are going to be attempting to build a quaint little cottage. This actually took me kind of a while to try and figure out because I just couldn't quite work out the dimensions for a really long time. Anyway, the reason that I actually wanted to build this build is the fact that I wanted to use it for my current household sim that was aging up. So if you've already watched my current household video, then you will have already kind of seen this build, I guess. But yeah, it looks really cute. I'm very happy with it. I was trying to play around with the roofs for a while, which you'll be able to see. I wanted to try and do like a weird sort of A-line roof for a little bit, but it just didn't work. I think I ended up redoing this entire house, actually. I can't remember now. But yeah, anyway, I had already gotten this video filmed and this voiceover filmed, but I kind of realised, because I did the video like last week, that this video wasn't going out until like a while, basically 2 weeks after, and I was like, I don't know that by the time that video goes out, that the voiceover will still be like in date, if that makes sense. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm all for pre-recording and I try and do it to make my life a little bit easier, I guess, but yeah, I don't know, I just didn't want you guys to be like kept out the loop. Anyway, also because I think some of the things I was talking about in the voiceover, I guess, didn't really make sense, or I don't really know what I was talking about. I think I was talking about hobbies and the new pack, basically. But the new pack is like, I don't know, the reviews have been kind of released, I guess. So yeah, I don't know, I'm a little bit skeptical about people's reviews nowadays. I don't know why. I think I'm just very like conscious about what people are putting out on social media now, and like obviously they've all got their own agendas and biases and all the rest of it. So anyway, no tea, no shade, and I just mean that in general, by the way. Like, I'm not saying that specifically about the Sims community, just mean in general. I don't know. I'm trying to do I've spoken a little bit in the past about the fact that I'm trying to do a bit more this year and like actually being aware of what I'm consuming, like overconsumption, where I'm buying stuff from, and I don't know, just all of that jazz. So yeah, I think a big part of that is me being a little bit more open to not being as influenced on social media, and to, I don't know, just be a little bit more receptive to what people are putting out. Anyway, sorry, this is me rambling again about things that probably people don't really care about. Oh, this was what I mean when I said I was trying to work out how to do like a weird like A-line roof. I don't know, I wanted that roof to basically come all the way up, but I just couldn't think how to do it, and I don't know, I was low-key stressing because I just didn't want this house to look like every other house that I've built this far, particularly because I was doing a starter home as well. I didn't want to, I don't know, I just didn't want to make it too, well, I say this is a starter home. I should say this is available to download on the gallery under my ID, but what I would say is that it's not actually, like, I think it came to like 26,000 simoleons. Because right, my current household sim had a bit of money, and I was like, I'm gonna use it, I'm gonna do that to my capabilities. But yeah, I don't know, that doesn't really make sense. Anyway, yeah, so this house also is only one bedroom, so the 26,000 simoleons is probably not the best value necessarily for a starter home, but it does look cute, and most of it is because I use a lot of the plants on the outside, so I think a lot of that value is because of that. So yeah, oops. Anyway, where was I gonna go with this? I do apologise that I don't sound as upbeat, by the way, in this video. I don't know what it is. Sometimes when I record voiceovers, I'm like really bubbly and like, I don't know, maybe a little bit too much. But some days when I film it, I don't know whether it's because sometimes when I'm filming it, I film it in the morning and it's like my body's still waking up, which is weird because I am a morning person, so you would think it'd be the opposite. You'd think like I'd be very energetic. Anyway, but yeah, I think sometimes when I film it actually later in the day, I weirdly sound more hyped up. Don't know why. Anyway, yeah, what else was I gonna say? I don't know. We're already 5 minutes into this voiceover. I don't normally struggle 5 minutes in. I think I actually spoke a lot in my previous. Sorry, that came out as like a sigh. Like I was like, didn't mean it like that. Anyway, I spoke a little bit in the voiceover, which obviously you're not gonna hear, about the fact that please let me know whether you find the build speed for the time lapse is okay, because I actually really struggle, because this is 22 minutes, right? And I was like looking at other people's starter homes and I was like, now I could have totally edited out the bit that I did of the previous house, but part of this series I want to show you guys my thought process. So if it takes me 2 or 3 attempts to try and come up with the build, I kind of want to show that, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm just very conscious that 22 minutes is kind of a long time, I guess, for just a starter home. But at the same time, if I speed it up any more, I feel like it just looks a bit like, I don't know, it looks a bit too much, or at least for me anyway. And it kind of makes me feel a bit motion sickness. So yeah, let me know. I feel like this is the appropriate speed, but yeah, let me know if you think it could be quicker, or if you want it slower. But yeah, this was me trying to work out, because I really liked the pillars, I liked the posts, but because of the way that the roof was, I just couldn't make it work. So that was a little annoying, but it is what it is. Yeah, I think what I normally do when I do these sorts of videos is I tell you what I was watching, but I'm gonna be brutally honest, I can't remember what I was watching, like, during this video, if I'm gonna be honest. So I don't know, I'm trying to think, have I watched anything recently? Honestly, I quite like watching live television at the moment. Like, I've not really been watching anything on Netflix or Disney. I've been watching a lot on like BBC iPlayer, which obviously is British, so that's good, that's useful. I'm like on episode 3, I think, of the A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I'm a little bit late. I read the trilogy like early last year, and thoroughly enjoyed it, but I just didn't watch the series. I don't know. Just sometimes I get a bit scared with when they adapt things for like TV or film, because they're never normally as good as the book. But yeah, anyway, I am currently on episode 3 of that. What else have I watched? I did watch that Shari Frankie documentary series about the 8 passengers, which is a complete 180 to what Sims videos I do. But I'm gonna be honest, guys, like, I used to consume a lot of family vlogging content, and it does make me recognise how weird it is now. Like, that actually, when you think about it, it's kind of weird that these families were, well, there's still a lot of families out there that are just exploiting their children. It's very interesting to me. I'm very sorry, because this is a complete 180 from what this channel is about. But yeah, I don't know. I don't even think, to be honest, like, I don't think if I ever have children, I don't think I'd put them on social media. Like, me and my boyfriend were discussing this. Not that we're having kids anytime soon, but we were discussing this like recently. We were like, yeah, I don't think we would allow our kids on social media, but I don't really care if they're like left behind with their friendship groups, because I just think it's so dangerous nowadays. And like, I'm gonna be honest, like, I joined social media probably when I was like 11 or 12, so I was still like younger than what I probably should have been, and I just have such a big regret of being on social media at that age. And I will say, I wasn't even on like, I watched a lot of YouTube, but I wasn't on Instagram. I think was I on Twitter? I actually don't really remember. I'm gonna be honest, Snapchat was my main one. Snapchat was my big one. I actually didn't join Instagram until I turned 16, and from then on it's been all consuming. I don't know, but I will say, as I get older, I don't really use Snapchat anymore. I do mainly use Instagram and TikTok, I guess. I mean, I do use Twitter a bit, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm like going through a really bad phase of Twitter at the minute because I just don't like it. Like, I just feel like people have become very okay with just being mean online and like hiding behind a profile. And yet, I don't think people would say it to people's faces, but like they're so comfortable with posting whatever online. Like, it's just kind of crazy to me a little bit. And I don't know whether that's because I don't really know why. I don't know. I don't know whether it's like people being jealous. I don't know that it is partly that. I don't know whether it's like, I don't know. I don't know whether it's just that people are showing their true colours. I have no idea. I mean, I'm pretty lucky with my YouTube channel that I feel like we are a pretty positive space here. I mean, to be fair, like, I'm just a normal human. Like, do you know what I mean? I know it sounds really dense and a bit stupid, but like, I don't know. Like, just a normal person. As I say in I don't know if I've still got it in my YouTube bio, but I think I just put, I'm just a girl. That is literally me. I'm just a girl, guys. Yeah. Be nice. Just a human. But I feel like people have low-key kind of forgotten that nowadays. People are very comfortable with just like saying whatever they think. And I don't know. Anyway, sorry to ramble about social media, but yeah, particularly given that this is technically going on to YouTube, which is social media. Although, I know this is going to sound really strange. I don't know if I classify YouTube as being social media. Like, obviously it is. And it probably is, like, one of the biggest forms. But, like, I don't know. I always find YouTube a bit different to, like, TikTok or Instagram. I guess because you can watch such a diverse range of content. Like, I could watch gaming content, or I could watch, I don't know, videos about quitting social media. That's just random, but that is what I've been watching lately. I've been so tempted to just delete. I can't delete all of my social media, but like I was kind of tempted to delete TikTok and potentially Twitter, if I'm being honest, because basically I'm trying to limit my screen time this year to about 4 hours a day, because I feel like that is kind of healthy. I mean, in a real world, I'd love to get it down even more, but like realistically, 4 hours at the moment is fine. But I would like to cut it down even more so by the end of the year. And I do feel like I have 1 hour screen limits put in place for TikTok, Instagram, Twitter and YouTube. Not YouTube. Is that it actually? TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. I feel like there is another app, but I can't think on the top of my head. Anyway, I have set like limits for them because you know when you just know you're engaging too much. And yes, I could technically, once the limit is up, break it, but I've actually been really good at not doing that. I think there's only been like one day since the start of the year where I've actually like broken the limit, because maybe I just wanted a bit more screen time. But I have tried to be really good at it. But I do feel like if I could just get the courage to delete it. The only reason I'd keep Instagram, by the way, is because it's like basically the only platform I use as it is to like talk to my friends. Other than WhatsApp. Yeah, again, is WhatsApp classed as social media? I don't think WhatsApp is, right? I would class it as like text messaging, but sometimes WhatsApp does get like grouped into the social media thing, which I don't particularly understand. Also, Pinterest. Love Pinterest. I think we've already established that. But that does sometimes also get grouped into social media, and I personally wouldn't classify it as social media because it's like there is no social aspect to it. It's just media. But it's like media without the opinions so much. Like, maybe it's just the pins that I look at, but I feel like it's not that opinionated on Pinterest. I don't know, because you tend to be looking at like clothing inspiration or hairstyles. It's a bit niche. Anyway, yeah, I'm just trying to think what else I can talk about other than my my eye-opening experience of trying to consume less in life. I've been reading a lot more lately. I think I've read like 3 books in February, which I know doesn't sound like a lot, but one of them was a non-fiction book, which often takes me like months to read because it's like a non-fiction history book, so it's like dense, you know, it's got a lot of information, lots of facts and figures. But I actually read it in like a couple of weeks, which is pretty good. And then yeah, I think I read, did I read 2 more books? Yeah, 2 more books after that, which is good. I'm currently reading a historical fiction, and actually reading this historical fiction has just solidified the fact that I love historical fictions, and they are like my favourite genre. They used to be, I don't know why I dipped away, because as a kid I used to love that genre. I was a big Philippa Gregory girl and whatever, but like as I got older, and it's kind of like when you do history as a degree, it's kind of almost frowned upon to like read those sorts of books, because I guess it's like, I don't know, it's not necessarily like 100% factually inaccurate, but like obviously it's also fictitious as well, so you got to keep in mind. But I don't know, I have you know that meme that's kind of gone about, which is like, I really enjoyed this without somebody yapping in my ear telling me how bad it is. I feel like that with historical fiction. It's like, I actually love historical fiction when nobody around me is telling me how bad it is as a genre. But yeah, anyway, I'm reading one at the minute. I think it's called Girls in the Attic, which is about the Second World War. I've been reading a lot about the Second World War. Don't know why. Don't know why. But yeah, I've been reading a lot of books about that at the minute. I mean, I don't know, like I said, I used to read a lot of like Tudor and Plantagenet history when I was younger, because that's my favourite genre. But favourite time period, I actually do love that time period. I think if I could go back into any time period, I think I'd love to be in the Tudor period. I don't really know why though. I definitely would, like, my immune system would mean that I would be dead within an instant. No, genuinely, like, I'd get the Black Plague and just be gone. Like, I don't think my chances would be very good. I should say that is more the Plantagenet era, because I think the plague started, what was it? I say the plague, the Black Death. That started in what, 1346, I think, around that sort of period. So it would have been Plantagenet. So I'm trying to think who would have been king. Don't remember. Anyway, so this is going to sound a bit niche here, but like horrible histories, right? I don't know why. I ended up watching it the other day. Let's not ask questions. But if you're not British, I implore you to give an episode. There's got to be some on YouTube that you can watch, because I just love it so much. And it got me really familiar that the only reason I know the first few monarchs of like our English king and queens is because of that blooming monarch song. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it because I think it's slightly embarrassing of me, but like, why? Why is that all I can remember? Anyway, I love how chaotic this voiceover has been. It's been a mixture of me talking about how much I find social media a bit all too consuming at the minute, and also me talking about my love of history again. But yeah, it's because I've not really been I've not been watching that much. Like, I love a good crime show. I've been watching Death in Paradise, which is great. I've been watching The Apprentice. So these are, I mean, The Apprentice actually started out in America, which I didn't realise. I thought it was British and then American, but actually it was the other way around. It was American first and then British. So that's interesting. Didn't know that. Anyway, I've been watching that. What else have I been watching? Not a lot. Like I said, not a lot. I am really bad at watching TV shows and films, though. Like, if anybody knows me, I can't commit to anything. I think that's why I quite like YouTube, because yes, you put on a video, but like, it's not like it's a series. You don't have to keep going back to it. Like, it's done, you know? Although, like, slightly ironic that I've said that, because this is meant to be a build series. But you know what I mean. I feel like it's less commitment. But anyway, yeah, so I'm so sorry. If you have sat down and like watched this entire voiceover, listened to this entire voiceover, I do apologise. Like, I really do. I'm so sorry. I mean, to give you a little bit about the house, I made it like great, because obviously it's meant to be a bit more masculine. I don't know, I struggle making things for male Sims, let's be honest, but I kind of feel like this is quite masculine. I did a cute little one bedroom, which is quite beige, and then I went for a lot of oranges and greens. He is a scientist as well, if you didn't watch The Current Household. But I do implore you to go watch it. I love doing A Current Household. I love playing. I actually, if you've been following along, sorry, that was a weird gargle. If you've been following along, you know that this is my first male heir of all of my generations. So this is interesting. But yeah, anyway, we're coming to the end. So if you guys have enjoyed, please feel free to leave a like. Go and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm very sorry this voiceover is a bit chaotic. I honestly don't know. I don't know what this turned into, and I'm gonna be honest, but hey ho. I already said like and subscribe, didn't I? Go leave a lovely comment. Do you think I'm getting better with building? I'm not sure. I think so. Some days I think I am. Some days I think I'm not. Like, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm getting too bad. I feel like I need to watch a few tutorials on roofing, you know? I feel like roofing is an area that I struggle with. As you can probably tell, I actually filmed this video before the update came out, so I don't have any burglar alarms or anything like that put into the house. But I'm very excited. I haven't had a burglar in my game yet, so very excited for that to happen. It's getting Sims free. Although I do love the addition of it. I kind of wonder what else they'll do for obviously the 25th anniversary, whether they'll do anything else and like bring, I don't know what else they can bring with the Sims 3. Cars, open world. No, I mean actually there's already meant to be a cars pack coming out, which is typical of EA, doesn't it? It just sums it up. Make a feature that was free in the Sims 3 payable in the Sims 4. But yeah. This is not me squandering on the Sims 4 again. I feel like sometimes if you didn't know and you took my videos out of context, you'd think I hate the game. I actually don't. I love the game. I don't know. Where are we going with this, Emma? I don't know. It just makes me sad how the game's gone. Anyway, I really hope you have enjoyed this build video, and I will catch you all perhaps in the next one. I don't know why I've done this. I've started this a bit early. Anyway, as always, I always struggle ending my voiceovers. Right, I promise I am going this time. Right, bye guys.